Hello everyone, it's Kay again, and it is that time. I've got my little book here and time for more DWP 100 things. And today I'm here to share with you number 36, number 37 and number 38. And I am still the proud user of Mary Hop's beautiful gift amongst many that she gave to me for my book. So the first thing I'm going to share with you are Bokeh, B-O-K-E-H, postcards. Now these have been totally inspired by Nina Ribena, and basically it's a background technique whereby you blend inks and then make a little stencil and use white ink through the stencil to break up the pattern. That's the stencil that I've made, and I just moved it around the paper, and I used distress inks, purple, a greeny tone and blue, and then blended them and then did a little bit of decoration. So I'll show you those shortly. The other thing I've made, number 37, are 3x3 cards in a little cardboard tote bag, decorated bag. And the final one, number 38, is a vintage style Shadowbox card, which was inspired by the very lovely, I must write her name in to remind me, Amanda Charlesworth, who has a full tutorial on her channel, which I will leave a link for, or leave a link for Amanda's channel under this one, so you can see exactly how to do it. I have made it slightly smaller than the one Amanda does, but nonetheless it's very, very pretty, and I'm really very pleased with how it's come out. I made one before, it was Christmassy, so this has been a little bit more intricate to do, I'm going to say. So without further ado, we'll put the book over here and I'll show you my Bokeh postcards. And I am absolutely once again delighted. I do thank Nina Ribena very much. This has not been something in all the years I've crafted that I've actually been able to do. You can just about make out the white circles within the colour. I didn't make them too fulsome, but I've done, oops, oh well, I've put them on upside down. Oh well, one's right, this one's right, and my postcard aspect is on the back there, but the other one I didn't think. Oh well, it doesn't matter, does it really? Well, I suppose it does, but if it goes into you know, a book or some such, nobody's going to be any the wiser. But what I did essentially is used Tim Holtz distress inks, blended them all together, blue, pink, the purple, a little bit of green. I haven't got the colours. I just used what I had in my stash actually, which I don't have too many of, because as I say, I've never really done this kind of work before. Then I used the stamp, smile, it's a beautiful day, no day ends if it makes a memory, daydream, behind the clouds the sun shines bright, and live, laugh and love. And I just thought they were beautiful sentiments, and the stamp actually fits onto the postcard really, really nicely. Although the top one I was a little bit awry with my stamping, but I'm not going to worry about it. Then I just put on these butterflies, and they are very, very decorative. If I can bring it up to the camera, you'll just about see. And I've just had them floating off in different directions, having inked around the edge, and then just dotted these minuscule little hearts around the butterflies. And I was absolutely thrilled to pieces with how these came out. So that is item number 36. I will go on to do some more backgrounds like that again. I just inked around the edges with the black, and it does kind of frame up your work and make it look a little bit more polished and a bit more finished. So that's always the aim, isn't it, to present your best foot forward. So that is those two. I then made this bag of 3x3 cards, and basically the bag I borrowed from Pootles, Sam Hammond, who is a Stampin' Up representative, and I just took the dimensions from the bag. I was going to fold it in like so, but the card I've used is so thick that it's not going to allow me to do it. So I've just put a little band around here to reinforce the sides. That's Billy barking, do excuse me. Added a little bit of lace for a feminine factor for handles. Sam did do rather a thick, I think it was 2-inch handle. Well, to me, I didn't want anything quite as sturdy as that. Then I've done the mandala here on the outside, a tiny little rose, and then a bit more of the ribbon on the side just to finish. The back is entirely plain, as you can see, but inside I've made 6 cards with envelopes, obviously using the envelope punch board. The cards are absolutely identical. Oh, it looks like I've lost some jemmies. I'll have to put those back on as we go. I'm not very pleased with them actually. They've not got much sticking power, so wherever they've fallen off I will endeavour to put them back onto the card again. But this is the card, and they're actually really sweet. It's the same motif as on the front, the same rose. I've just put thanks up in the corner there, and it is a double layer. Some bling just to make it jump about a little bit, and then I just loosely inked the mandala to just highlight the shape of it. Inside they're all lined but blank, ready for a message, and then there's an envelope to go with it, and that makes a complete set in the bag, which I was really quite, I don't know, I'm a bit of a set person. I've decided if it's possible to turn it into more than one thing, then I'll jolly well do it and make a nice little presentation of it. But I'm now on the hunt for missing gems. There's another one before I put them back into the bag. But as I say, you can see they are all absolutely identical and all just thank you cards. But you know, I don't know about anyone else, but I seem to get through a whole load of those, and it's just nice to have them to hand and have them ready to go just by putting the recipient's name on them and the address. There's another one, no bling-a-ding off that one. This little one has lost 2, so we'll put those back on very carefully. I'm hoping they'll stick. There's no reason why not, except of course the weather is really muggy and unpleasant. But that's the other one, and as I say, 6 of these all told. Absolutely identical, but they do fit into the bag quite nicely, and I just think it would make a lovely gift in a rack, or just, you know, to someone that appreciates handmade items. It's always nice to be able to hand on what you've made. So that's that one, which I'll add to the pile like so, and I'll bring it all back in later on. And then the last thing I made, as I've already mentioned, is the Shadowbox card, and it's inspired by Amanda Charlesworth. You've got a little stand at the back here to allow the card to stand up and assume the position, which is always lovely, and it does take it out of the ordinary and bring it into a really pretty feminine. I'm hoping I've achieved vintage, but Amanda does a superb tutorial, her box is larger. I've made this one out, Amanda's is 12 by 12 and I've actually made this one out of 11 by 11, which isn't a huge difference, but it does make that central area that you need to decorate a little bit smaller. And I've decorated by using some lace trim, a little acrylic heart there, some more some flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts, a little resin frame there, and I've chosen a rose almost the same as the roses that I've used within the frame. And then I've got the little love word there in wood. I've used lace all the way around the sides, used it in the stand so that it's all completely married up. That goes all the way around. I've used this little 3 rows embellishment here with a little bit of cream ribbon, and then I've ruched the lace up a little bit around the box just to give it the look, although it isn't really, of it being pleated and gathered. And then some very fine flat back pearl trim just around the edges to finish up. This is then sealed underneath with acetate, so you have this lovely, lovely keepsake box and room to write your message within the stand if that's what you want to do. And I just think that is such a lovely, lovely idea. So versatile. You could do just about anything within the Shadowbox. It could be dreadfully, dreadfully plain with just the merest wording and that kind of thing, or you could really go to town with the vintage or shabby chic, and of course Christmas, which is, I hate to say the word this soon in the year, but if the rest of the year is anything to go by, it's headed at us like a steam engine. So I'll love you and leave you with my 3 creations. I will just pull out a little bit. Thank you to Nina Ribena and Amanda, who have inspired and made 2 of these projects possible, and of course Sam Pootles for her bag. The rest is all me. So happy crafting, everyone. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye for now.